Hi everyone, now this is just a quick video basically on this thread here. This is the UTC 140, which is the heavier gauge of the UTC thread. What it was, I got a question, a gentleman contacted us and said, look Dave, I bought the 140 and I've seen the videos that you use the finer one, the 70. Have I bought the wrong one for tying? It was for midge pupa. Is it too heavy? And I went, no, it's actually okay, you can use it, and I'm quite happy to use it as well as the 70. So I'm quite liking it. I'm going to tie a quick quill buzzer. It's got a simple fly to tie, just to show what it's like to tie a midge pupa using the 140. Now the hook I'm using, this is the full mill, this one here, this is the size 10. It's the barbless version, it's the newer one that's just out. So basically what I'm going to do is just quickly put the thread on, come down and then try and break off where you can. Now the thread being quite thick, spin it so it flattens it out anti-clockwise. And just wind your thread down. Now I'm going to come slightly around the bend here. Now what I've got here is some stripped Peacock quill. So there's a slight high fibre on it there, so I'm just going to lightly take it off. Now I've stripped it using bleach. So I'm going to cash it in right at the base here and come up. I want to form a nice body with the thread, so what I'm going to do is take it up 2/3 of the way and then come back down, spin the bobbin again just to flatten it out. You can see how it flattens. I'm just going to spin it again here and you'll see when you flatten it you can get a nice shape. So sometimes the 140 can be better. And then I want to rub the body with the quill. Just leave a slight space so you get a nice black bar. Just to encourage it. All the way up. As I say, it's just a simple fly. Or a midge pupa anyway. So take the thread all the way up to the eye, break that off. And I'm going to tie in some, you could use flexi floss, whatever, or I'm just going to use some Goose Biot. I've got a hot orange Goose Biot here. So I want obviously two. Just tear them off the feather. These have stayed together, so I'm just going to encourage them to come apart. I want a nice taper in them now. I'm just going to put them on the side. You could have them coming slightly up. But I'm going to just, tips are quite tapered here, so what I'm going to do is trim the tips so they're level. Now there is an actual curve, you know, you want the curve coming away from the hook, so what I do is I encourage that just by folding them down either side. Now if you do want them to come from the bottom to the top, tie them in at a slight angle like this. I'll just do that. Just bring them to the underside slightly. Just encourage get them to sit the way you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it quite busy, meaning just to show you how much you can put on using the heavier thread. Now I've got some red flash here, just a red tinsel. Just going to catch this on just here. A couple of turns, just as a small highlight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this away obviously. I'm going to put a thorax cover on it, but I could basically take my thread up to the eye, come back down, catch in. This is a UTC Opal Mirage number 14, or medium, sorry. Just build up the thorax a wee bit. So I'm putting everything on it. Wee half hitch, just to keep the thread turns nice and tight and stop it bouncing off. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring the Goose Biots up from the bottom onto the top. So basically what you do is just bring them either side up on the top. Just hold them where you want them to be. Just come round with a turn, and then you want to encourage them to cross over like the wool. You can see what I'm saying here. It's crossed over. So you get them nice across, so it's sitting. A couple of turns to hold it, bring your thorax cover over. I like to get a wee stretch. One turn, two, again fold this back, two, 4. Keep that tight, break off the goose biots, and you've got to keep thread tight to do that. Then go in and wet finish. Trim your thread away. Trim your tinsel away. See how it's looking. That's not bad, that's quite fine. We've got a reasonable shape in it. Now you're obviously going to use a resin. So I've got a UV resin here, I've got a light. So I'm going to do the thorax first. To set the resin. Do the underside. Just take your time. Set the resin again, all the way around. And then we can do the body. I like to do the thorax first. Don't want too much. I like it quite thin, I don't like it too heavy. So you get a nice taper. And you can still see your wing buds there. So set the resin all the way around. And then I'm going to put a coat of varnish on it, just the Vineyard clear varnish I use. Now that basically keeps it nice and shiny. It's just lasts a wee bit longer, I feel. So a nice clear varnish, so it's just quite thin, you don't want it too heavy. Now it will, once it dries, the varnish, what it does, it just basically tightens up, so what you're seeing at the moment is, before I put it on, is what it's going to look like when it's dry. So we come all the way around. Make sure you put a wee drop onto the hook. And there you are, that's just a quilled buzzer. Rushly tied, as I say. I'll just set up a wee bit so you can see.